should have seen him when he returned. He ecstatically shared with me how you stared at him like he was some venomous caterpillar.
I'll be more careful from now on.
Yo, welcome in, friends, homies. It's your girl, Yogi. And we're back today with episode 3 of the Apothecary Diaries. Episode 2, I feel like it took me by surprise. I was not ready for aphrodisiacs and Mau making drugs and just everything. I'm just like, okay, here we go. And then we got main male lead trying to seduce, kind of, sort of. There were some moments. There were some moments in episode 2. That's all I'm gonna say. I've never wanted to be Mau so bad. What? We're gonna get right into episode 3. I don't really know where we're headed. I mean, she's a poison taster now. She is so good. She can literally tell if something has poison just by the smell of it. So I'm not too worried for her unless that changes. But we'll see. We'll see where this goes. She seems to have it kind of good right now. She seems to be living her best life. Like, she's happy. She's kind of feel like she could be glad that she was taken away with everything she has now. She's like, oh my god, this is my dream. So let's see if things keep going her way. Let's get started on episode 3. If you guys are enjoying my reactions, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, leave a like, drop a comment. How do you guys feel about the characters so far? And without further ado, let us start the episode.
Surely it's a mistake. As a reward.
All right, and I made myself hot cocoa too.
Lady Fuyo, please wait.
What in the grudge is happening? I forgot about the ending of episode 2 and the creepy person thing. Yeah.
The temperature dropped in the morning and evening back west.
The western capital. That seems like such a long time ago.
I forgot to say, I received some excellent news from Father recently. Apparently, trade between the central capital and ours has been on the rise.
Further proof the Emperor loves Lady Gyokyo.
Are you off to clean the kitchen? Wait for us, we'll help.
Mau, you cooking something tasty?
A cold remedy.
I didn't realize you could make those too. The new lady in waiting is so talented. Hey, you're sure you don't need anything? Are you eating?
That's my job.
You have any troubles, tell me.
You got it.
She's a girl of many talents.
They say there's a spirit haunting the rear palace.
A spirit?
I heard too! The ghostly lady dressed in white!
Sounds like a big deal.
Is it actually a spirit, or is it just a sickly woman?
Also, she's been seen every night on the eastern wall.
That's so. The only way you can enter is through one of the 4 gates located at each cardinal direction. Sneaking in or out is impossible. I've heard stories about what's at the bottom of those waters.
Oh, that's creepy. Just your typical ghost story. Is there a real ghost?
Excuse me, but could you look at this medicine?
Oh, it's you, miss. Just one moment, please.
Hard to believe not long ago he didn't want me anywhere near this place. These days, he shares ingredients with me. He even makes tea. Should he really be so laid back?
Forgive the wait. May I? Oh, right away. Hard at work? Good girl.
I don't deserve such lavish praise.
Good girl.
He wanders around the entire rear palace like he's overseeing the inner court. But if that's the case, he must outrank the matron of the serving women. I'd say he could be the Emperor's guardian.
You're thinking about something lascivious right now, aren't you?
My mind's pure as driven snow.
Doctor, if you're free, would you mind fetching these from the back?
Sending him away to have more conversation.
Have you heard anything about this spirit?
Only a few rumors.
And how much do you know about sleepwalking? How would you treat it?
I don't know. As far as I'm aware, medicine won't do any good.
And is there a cure other than medicine?
That sounds outside my expertise.
But if something were to come to mind?
Honestly. So is that what it is then? It's not a ghost.
Lady Mau Mau.
You don't have to call me that. I'm pretty certain you outrank me by a significant margin.
Then, Xiao Mao?
Little Mao? That's a sharp turn.
One more thing. Would you mind not glaring at Master Jinchi as if he were a mere insect?
He noticed.
You should have seen him when he returned. He ecstatically shared with me how you stared at him like he was some venomous caterpillar.
I'll be more careful from now on.
'Cause he likes it. No.
To each their own, I guess.
To each their own, indeed.
There she is.
Well, she doesn't look creepy this time. She looks really beautiful.
Her name happens to be Fuyo. She's a mid-ranking concubine.
I believe she's been here 2 years. Despite being a skilled dancer, she's quite timid. The poor girl, she's locked herself away. I guess some things can't be avoided, but a bestowal? It's enough to break your heart.
No. Further information is needed. Maybe I'll take another look at her.
I love how she's like a detective.
Leaving already? I just hope her condition begins to improve.
What was that?
Oh yes. You don't know?
I feel sorry for concubine Fuyo.
From a what? I'm not putting the pieces together, but I feel like Mau Mau is.
I was just as surprised the first time I saw her in this state. The lady appears so unassuming.
She really is like a cotton rose. In the morning, it blooms revealing white petals. However, once evening falls, its color changes and takes on a deep pink hue.
The spirit story?
Yeah. Do you happen to know any more about it? Huh? The north side.
Shaolin, fetch the
She
laundry.
moved from there to the east?
Gotta go.
That's odd.
Oh yes. You don't know?
Dad said never base conclusions on pure speculation, but what other answer is there?
I'm not picking up.
The patient moves about in their sleep, as if they're awake. A while ago, at the brothels, I saw a courtesan with the same illness. However, it ended up being rescinded. Soon after, she started roaming the brothel at night, as if possessed by a demonic spirit.
Oh, hello. What's wrong with everyone?
The next morning, she had no recollection of the previous night's events.
Go on.
I've sleptwalked before. I went right out my house. My mom was so worried growing up.
It's possible. A wealthy merchant made the proposition. But he had a wife and children, not to mention grandchildren.
Perhaps concubine Fuyo and her are alike.
I think so.
Are you sure?
Hold it in! Remain strong!
Don't look at him like a little bug, like an insect. Don't do it.
From that day on, concubine Fuyo was forbidden from leaving her room. Until the day of her bestowal, eunuchs were placed to watch her.
Is it me? Or is Mau Mau acting odd lately?
I haven't noticed.
She's concerned.
Concubine Fuyo is leaving today. Do I have that right?
So I've heard.
Come now. Speak. You should know by now. You can tell me what you're thinking.
I want to know what she's thinking so bad. I'm trying so hard to, like, understand.
So if you wouldn't mind keeping it just between us two.
I promise. My lips are sealed.
Do you remember the story of the courtesan I told you about earlier? This courtesan received another purchase offer from someone else. However, she was considered to be ill. Since she was seen as less valuable, her price was halved in order to nullify the initial purchase. Later, the one she wanted showed up.
She and concubine Fuyo, they both had similar intentions?
The military officer she's being given to. Apparently the two of them were childhood friends and grew up in the same land.
So she's doing it on purpose.
This soldier demonstrated notable valor during the battle against the barbarians the other day.
Isn't this a good thing for her then? I mean, it's not, maybe not like the right way to have gone about it, but like they can at least be happy for her now?
Before he left for war, he must have fantasized about being with her. But he's an officer. The princess also had feelings for her childhood friend. That's probably the reason she failed at her dance. It's a good way of avoiding the Emperor making advances towards you. That said, the Emperor could have still shown interest, which would have delayed her reunion with the officer.
And so she feigned her somnambulism.
It's curious. The ghost. Do you remember where she danced nightly?
The Eastern Gate.
So she got what she wanted. A little mini love story. Aww.
Would I sound like a truly awful person if I said I envy concubine Fuyo?
Nothing like she was during the day. She struck me as just another nondescript princess.
How Mau Mau put that together, kind of crazy. I was not following. I was not picking up the pieces she was throwing down. I was trying really hard.
I wonder what sort of medicine it would make.
I was trying really hard the whole time to like pick up the pieces and not spew out my thoughts the entire time that I knew weren't exactly on the right page.
Where's this rumored apothecary? I have a special request.
New request for next episode. Okay. I was very confused, but I'm so happy with the conclusion of this episode. I didn't know what to believe. They had her looking so creepy at the end of episode 2 and at the start of episode 3. And I was like, do I believe in this ghost story? Are there actual ghosts? Is there paranormal event in this series? I was like, wow, this is gonna add a twist to the rest of the season. But no, she's not a ghost. She's just a regular woman, concubine that was trying to not be put on the Emperor. And she was waiting for her childhood best friend. I don't think I would have ever connected those dots. Like, if the story hadn't literally just told me. But it was such a sweet ending, and I'm so happy. Her dancing in the moonlight to the east was just... She was so beautiful. And, like, the silk robe and the movement and just... I was like, there's no way she's a ghost. Obviously, because they were like, it's sleepwalking. And she got what she wanted. It was so adorable. I'm so happy for the happy ending with her. Even though it was like a side story from the main character's point of view, I feel like it was very much about that character. And I was very invested. And now we are going to be going into episode 4 with a special request from a man who looks I don't know. He looks like he's got some kind of authority, but I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll find out in episode 4, I'm sure. The red eyes, the like, something tells me I can't tell if I'm going to like this character or what he's up to. He seems like he's plotting. I just don't know what for yet. But I'm excited to get into episode 4 to find out. If you guys are enjoying these reactions, please subscribe, drop a like, leave a comment. And until next time, you guys, thank you again so much for being here. And I will see you all in episode 4. Bye!